Hello everyone, welcome back to my astrology channel. So this video is the 2022 astrological forecast for the sign of Taurus. So Taurus, this video is for you. Now this reading is based on the tropical system and I will be discussing all the astrological energies that's available for you, Taurus, to utilize it to live consciously and use the energies to make informed decision about your life and all areas of life. So this is not fortune telling. It's all down to you, how you use the energy, how you work on it. Both the challenging and comfortable energies, both is down to you, how you use it, how you approach it. Now the year 2022 contains both the energies that is fresh, new, completely brand new energies, and some energy are continuation from the year 2021. So in some areas of life you will feel the same energy, but maybe a more enhanced, uplifted, a different stage of the same energy. Maybe something that is now you have gotten used to it because you have spent a year in that, feeling that energy. So Taurus, let's begin your 2022 astrological forecast. Now Venus will be in the sign of Capricorn from the beginning of November 2021 until the first week of March 2022, and will be going retrograde from December, middle of December, about 18th 19th December until about 28th 29th January 2022. So you will have this Venus in Capricorn energy in your 9th house, because Capricorn is your 9th house, Taurus. Now 9th house is about your belief systems. It's about learning, it's about traveling, it's about exploring and expanding your mind through these things. So when Venus comes in your 9th house, you're definitely very much eager to travel and take long distance travel and even connect with people from different cultures, people you have never met before, expand your mind through philosophies and just different viewpoints and perspectives. So you're definitely very eager to do that. When Venus will be retrograde in the month of January 2022, that's how the year begins, you will be reassessing your value, your belief system, your own perspective, like weighing your belief system, weighing your life philosophy, how you see things in your life, how you see life itself, the learning and teaching. All that is going to really open up your mind, and you will be reevaluating, rethinking over how to move forward, because 9th house is also about future opportunities and unknown territories, things that you have not done before. So if there is something in the pipeline, you will be using this time to reevaluate what does it mean to you, these new opportunities and new territories, and if you want to go on that path. Now moving on from Venus in Capricorn energy, we have Jupiter, the expansive great fortune, the planet of good fortune, good energy. Now Jupiter will be moving in the sign of Pisces. It will be moving in the sign of Pisces on 28th of December 2021 and will stay in the same sign until 11th May 2022. So the year 2022 begins with Jupiter in Pisces energy. Now Pisces is your 11th house, Taurus, so Jupiter will be in your 11th house until 11th of May. Now 11th house is all about your social circle. It's about your group projects, teamwork, your associates, your acquaintances, people you know professionally, people you collaborate with. So all these is your 11th house. 11th house is also called the house of blessings because it's about your hopes and wishes. Now when Jupiter is in your 11th house, it's going to expand all these matters. So you will open the year 2022 with this amazing eagerness, hopefulness, optimism towards social connection. Your social life will be upgraded. You will definitely feel this energy among friends, social circle connections, your professional connections as well, any collaborations that you are getting involved in. All these things will be very much enhanced during this time. And Taurus, you will feel a sense of responsibility, very strong belief and a sense of responsibility towards your social activities, towards your group activities, your group projects, anything that you are working on in collaboration with others. You will be feeling very responsible. Any causes that you're part of, any kind of association, organization that you're part of, you will feel very much eager to participate in it a lot, and you'll feel very hopeful and responsible towards any kind of group activities and group organization, like a collective conscious. You will have a much hopeful collective conscious during this time. You will want to contribute for the collective. You will want to contribute for the the community that you live in, or the larger community as well, because 11th house is about the larger community, the world community. So you'll feel very responsible and hopeful, and you would want to contribute in a very tangible, practical way in your social group, in your work group. This can be from your job as well. If you are a part of a project, a future project, creative project, or any kind of teamwork that you're involved in, you will be very enthusiastic to contribute in these matters. So you are definitely feeling very optimistic, and you want to make an impact in your environment, in your social setup, Taurus. Now, Jupiter will be conjunct with Neptune in the sign of Pisces in the month of April 2022, and the exact conjunction occurs on the 12th of April 2022. So you'll feel the effect a week before, a week after as well. So the month of April is a very Jupiter Neptune in Pisces energy. Now Jupiter is your planet of expansion and abundance and good fortune, and Neptune is a planet of imagination, of mysticism, spirituality, creativity. All this inspiration that you get is your Neptune matter. Now when both these planets in the sign of Pisces is a very good placement, because Pisces is ruled by Jupiter, and Neptune is co-ruled by Jupiter and Neptune. Now in the 11th house, this will enhance your desire to contribute on a collective social level even more, because Neptune is giving you more inspiration, more imagination and creative instinct to contribute in your 11th house matter. Now be mindful that Jupiter and Neptune together can create a lot of imagination, inspiration and creative instinct, but it can also lead to illusions. It can lead to uncertainty, instability in your professional life as well, with your work colleagues. So contributing in a group work and being responsible for a cause is great, but don't lose yourself, because Neptune can create blurriness in terms of your profession, in terms of your professional setting. The lines can be blurred between your colleagues and you with your bosses, authority figure, whatever that might be. You can feel the cause. You're getting too much involved in it and you're losing yourself, maybe your health or your well-being or just the relationship. The lines can be blurry, and Jupiter can amplify all that. It can give you the optimism, abundance and all that, but if it leads to overconfidence in terms of what you can contribute and what your role is in a group project, all this can lead to a bit of blurriness and illusion and uncertainty, instability in your group project and your relationship with your work colleagues and associate and acquaintances. So just be careful about that. Otherwise, it's a great time for collective mindset for group projects and to really contribute on a substantial level and really make an impact in your world, Taurus. Now Jupiter will be moving in the sign of Aries after that on the 11th of May and will remain in the same sign until about the end of October. Now Jupiter does go retrograde once in a year, and in the year 2022 Jupiter will be retrograding from about 28th of July until 23rd of November, when it will be back in the sign of Pisces, and it will move direct in the sign of Pisces from 23rd November until the end of the year. Now Aries is your 12th house, Taurus. Now Jupiter in Aries in your 12th house is going to benefit you behind the scenes in your anything that you're prepping up for, anything that you are doing backstage is going to really benefit you. Now 12th house is the house of your subconscious and unconscious behavior. It's a house of past pattern, old patterns. It's about spirituality. It's a prep work. It's also time when you are rejuvenating and really recouping your energy. You're recharging your batteries. So from the month of May until about the end of October, you can use this time for prep work. Really look at old patterns and make corrections, and use this time time to change your perspective thinking, dig deep within for answers. Your intuition, your dream world, all that is very much enhanced during this time. So you need to use this time to dig deeper in your subconscious mind and use some quiet time, some time to recoup energy, some time to really rebuild your inner faith, to bring out the answers from within you. You'll feel very compassionate, very spiritual, and very creative, imaginative, very inspired as well during this time. Now, Aries is a fire sign and has this natural energy going on with it. But 12th house is the house of low energies, is the house of retreats. So with Jupiter and Aries in your 12th house, you may feel a bit impatient and impulsive to get things going, and you may feel a bit kind of low energy in terms of frustration, as in things are not moving forward. But use this time to really learn from old patterns and rebuild your own inner faith, your own value system, your own energy, leadership qualities, and all that things, so that you are ready to take on the world when Jupiter does go in the sign of Taurus, which will be 2023 and 2024. So you'll feel a lot more luck in that area. But with Jupiter in the sign of 12th house, it's a great time to really dig deep within you for answers and rebuild your mindset, your perspective, your spirituality, and your inspiration and imagination as well. It's a great time to really work on these matters, Taurus. Now, moving on from Jupiter energy in the year 2022 is the shift of the lunar nodes. So that's the big energy of 2022, and it's going to last from January 2022 on for 18 months. So about July 2023. Now, the last 18 months, starting from May 2020 until January 2022, the lunar nodes, that is the north node and south node, was in the sign of Gemini and Sagittarius. But from January 2022, it's moving in the sign of Taurus and Scorpio. So the axis of Taurus and Scorpio is going to be spotlighted for a good 18 months starting January. Now, Taurus, it's your sign. So North Node is going to be in your first house and South Node is going to be in your seventh house. So Taurus is a very significant 18 months for you. It's going to be totally change your perspective about yourself and your relationship. So there's a lot of movement happening in your sense of self, your personal destiny, your personal priorities, and relationships, especially any kind of negative behavior or limiting behavior that's in your relationship will need releasing for your own upliftment, for your own advancement. Now, these relationships can be personal and business. So any close ties that you have, any intimate personal relationship that you have in life, especially if they are limiting and negative behavior and is kind of a relationship in crisis kind of situation, you will need to move on from that during these 18 months. And this moving on is for the betterment of your own destiny, for your own purpose in life, what you are trying to achieve. And the nodes on this axis is asking you to do the work and make the shift in these matters. Now, there's a whole 18 months to go through on this axis. If you're not making the shift in these matters, you will find it difficult to deal with these areas. Now, if the relationship is going well, you must pay attention to the relationship and not ignore it. If you ignore the relationship, especially the ones that is going well, that can also have a detriment effect. So keep the focus on yourself and your own personal destiny and balance it with the relationship, significant relationship in your life, Taurus. Now, wherever North Node goes, Taurus, the focus is on those house matters for that period of time. And for you, it's in your first house. So first house is about you. It's about your sense of self, your ego, your self-expression, new beginnings in your life, your physical appearance, your projection, your communication, everything starts from the first house. So a North Node in the first house is a time of complete reinvention of your personality, your individuality, your confidence. Everything goes through a change, a sea of change during this time. And you may be faced with some kind of blockages initially in these areas, especially if you're trying to reinvent and project yourself differently. It may not come across the way you want to, but you need to keep the work going and keep working on this area, because that's what you need to master by the end of 18 months. You will feel very energized and enthusiastic to make these changes as well, because there's a lot of energy. So because there's a lot of energy accumulation wherever North Node is, you are definitely very much eager and inclined to make changes in the area wherever North Node is, and you may even be faced with a life situation where you have to make those changes and you have to bring the focus on yourself, Taurus, during these 18 months. So Taurus, don't be hesitant in starting or getting involved in solar projects, and especially if there is anything that is hindering you or limiting you in terms of relationship. Don't be afraid to move away from toxic relationship during this time and focus on your own well-being, Taurus. The South Node in your 7th house is about releasing any kind of limiting and toxic relationship in your life, and also to stop any kind of codependency or people pleasing. If you're trying to please somebody in a relationship, you need to stop that, because that's not going to get you anywhere. You need to focus on your own well-being, on your own self, and release yourself from any kind of negative behavior in terms of relationship. So release any kind of relationship insecurity or insecure or controlling partners in your life, and this is again both personal and business, Taurus. So focus on yourself, and the 18 months is definitely going to really change your own perspective about yourself, Taurus. Now wherever the nodes are, the eclipse occurs in those areas as well, so you're going to go through a complete change, a turning point in these 18 months in terms of your sense of self, how you see yourself. And this may be due to a crisis in your relationship, Taurus. Now moving on from the lunar nodes, there is Saturn. And Saturn has been in the sign of Aquarius since December 2020 and will remain in the sign of Aquarius until March 2023. So in the year 2022, Saturn is going to be in the sign of Aquarius. Now 10th house is the house of your visibility, your career, your reputation, your public image, your calling, your vocation, whatever you are here to achieve, your life purpose, your life path, Taurus. So when Saturn is in your 10th house, you feel challenges and limitations in terms of your career, Taurus. Now Saturn has already been in this house for a good year, Taurus. So the hard work that you have put in the year 2021, you will see the results and the outcome going forward from 2022. Now it all depends on what kind of hard work you have been putting in your career, Taurus. So if you have been taking on new opportunities in your profession, taking on new projects, and really building up your reputation and your relationship with your authority figure, you will see some positive outcome in your career matters in the year 2022 and going forward. So Taurus, keep on working hard and keep on taking new opportunities and new projects, and you will see the results going forward. You'll see the good results, the rewarding results that you have been waiting for, Taurus. So it's going to come your way. But because when Saturn is in your 10th house, and it is an angular house, it's a very prominent house in your chart, and it really has a very direct effect on your life, in your life choices, life circumstances. So when Saturn brings limitation and restriction in your career, it's actually giving you the opportunity to work hard and to have a re-evaluation of what you're going through in terms of a career. And are you taking on the opportunities? Are you rebuilding yourself? Are you projecting yourself correctly? And are you building up your skills and capabilities as well? If you think there's a lack of skills and capabilities to advance you in life in terms of a career, are you doing that? Are you relearning? Are you taking up new opportunities? Are you opening up your mind, opening up your perspective? Because all these is going to result in a good outcome in 2022 if you have been doing that, Taurus. So definitely the focus is a lot on your career for a couple of years. Now Saturn in the sign of Aquarius in 10th house is also squaring Uranus in the sign of Taurus, which is your first house. Now Saturn and Uranus was forming a square in the year 2021 as well. There were 3 exact squares, and there is going to be 1 exact square in the year 2022, about in October 2022. So your sense of self is developing a lot, and this is due to restructure and challenges and limitations in your career matters, Taurus. So you're definitely very eager to project yourself as an individual, and to have a persona, a personality, have a more developed and enhanced sense of self through the challenges that you're going through in your career matter. Now in the year 2022, Uranus is in the sign of Taurus in your first house already, which will be same as North Node moving in your first house. So you will have North Node energy and Uranus energy in your first house together. So it's all going to be about you, how you're rebuilding your sense of self, and you will go through challenges and restrictions and restructuring and disruption in developing your sense of self, but that's what you need to achieve at the end of it. Really do your work and release yourself from any kind of limiting pattern, any kind of relationship, or any kind of opportunities that you're not taking. Be open and eager to take more opportunities, especially the ones that you want to take on in your life to enhance your persona and your careers, and you will see the rewards and your enhanced public image, Taurus. So moving on from your career and self energy, there is going to be Mars in the sign of Gemini from August 2022 until the end of year, and Mars will go retrograde in the sign of Gemini from the end of October until the end of the year. And Gemini is your second house, Taurus. So second house is about your value system. It's about your stability. It's about your security, your resources, your personal finance. But when it goes retrograde from the end of October, just be mindful to reassess your decisions and not be impulsive and over enthusiastic in terms of associating yourself with material things. And also reflect on your savings, watch out for your expenses, your outgoings and all that. So definitely a very good time to increase your finances and be more materialistic, but also be careful you're not overindulging during this time, Taurus. So overall, Taurus, in the year 2022, there's a lot of focus on your own self, on your own sense of your personal priority, your personal destiny, your sense of self-worth, and also your relationship, and not just personal and business, but also your social setting, your social circle. So there's a lot of emphasis in these matters. So do develop your sense of self and look to your own life path and your own destiny, and enhance your self-confidence and work on yourself, reinvent yourself to project yourself in the whichever way you want to project in your career, within your social circle, and really uplift your public image and as a result your career, Taurus. So I hope you have a wonderful 2022, Taurus, and make use of this energies that's available to live more consciously and to make better life decisions, Taurus. So have a great year and happy new year. Thank you.